Welcome to Learn It, a series of digital scrapbooking tutorials by Studio Wendy at Scrapbook Graphics.
Today I wanted to give you a brief look at the gift tags action. If you have used any of my clustered actions or scrap it actions, they work in pretty much the same way. So here we have the actions loaded. You'll see we have the 2x3 actions, the 3x2 horizontal actions, the square actions, and then the collage action. Also in your download was a PDF, and in that PDF is a supply list that shows you exactly what the layout of each of these cards is and tells you the supplies that you need to collect to use it. You can work right off of your hard drive, but I find that it's faster to copy the elements and papers that I think I might want to use to one big folder so that I can really zip through making these pretty quickly. So I'm just going to pick a random one here and press play. And this is going to tell me that I need a paper, a ribbon, and one element that we're going to copy twice and one element that we will copy once. It also reminds me to resize to fit the open window for the elements, and we're going to click continue. I'm told to select a background paper, so I'm going to do that. And here I have a few papers that I've selected to choose from, so let's just pick one of these. When this window comes up, if you zoom out, you can see the handles to grab the paper and resize it. If you can't, you can use the Command Option minus, or that would be Control Alt minus on a PC, and that should zoom the window out but leave the control handles up on the screen so that you can move it into position. And then of course Command or Control Plus will zoom you back in. So you're going to place and size this paper exactly the way you want it positioned on the gift tag, and when you're done, hit enter, or on Photoshop Elements you can click the green check mark. Then we're asked to select an element, and you'll see here, let me move this out of the way, that this element is going to be sort of a vertical shape here. So when we're picking elements, we may kind of want to consider that. So these elements that I have selected are more square, and that's okay. It just may not give the same exact look. So let me select one of those and show you how that works. Okay, so here it is, and you can hardly see it, but you can see your control handle. So just look for that control handle to find your element and then just zoom it out. You can also use your numbers up here to size it down quickly, and then if you put 0 and 0 in the XY coordinate, it will pop it to the top left of your canvas and you can grab it. Now the key with the elements portion, where with the paper portion we wanted to make sure we covered the entire canvas, with the element we want to make sure that we don't go over the edge, but we want to keep it just inside the edge so that when we copy and paste this to the other file, that everything is captured and it's not clipped off. I'm going to press enter, and you'll see here how that was placed 3 times on there. Now we're supposed to select a second element, and I'm going to get the tiny star for that one. And I'll go ahead and use the boxes up here to resize that. Let's get that there. Okay, now I'm going to press enter on that one, and that's placed in position. And now it says to select a ribbon or paper strip. You can get really creative here, and what I've done is selected some gesso, and again I'm just going to click 10% here, and what you want to do is sort of keep it within that box the best you can so that it doesn't go over the edge. It's going to place this in the center of the screen, and because it doesn't fit all the way across, that's okay. We'll be able to duplicate that later. So press enter. We can either resize this all the way across to fill it, or we can leave it here and come back and edit that later. And I think I'll do a combination of both. I'm going to make those dots just a little bigger. Press enter. Now here you're prompted to save the file. If you save the TIFF file, you'll then be prompted to save a JPEG file. We can go ahead and do that. I'm going to call this tag 1. For some reason it hiccuped on the second save step, and if that happens, that is fine. You can just save your JPEG yourself. Now I do want to make a couple of design choices here with my tag. I'm going to come to the gesso layer and I'm going to actually turn off that drop shadow by unchecking that. And then I'm going to copy it by holding in my Option key and dragging that layer down. Now I have a duplicate and I'm going to run it across on either side. I'm going to repeat that here and put some more over here. And then let's drag the type down to the bottom here. I'm going to take all of these layers and I'm just going to move them down a little bit. Perfect. And now for my to from, I can still edit this by selecting a different font if I want. I can make it smaller. I can put in, completely different font. And if I want to, I can add names here. Before I even print it. And of course I can center it if I want to change the layout of how that looks. So I can completely customize the text on here as well. And even the color if I wanted to. I pressed I to sample that color and Alt Option Delete to change the color there. Now when I'm done I can go ahead and save right over it and save a JPEG. So that is how we can quickly create and save the gift tag files. And then the last thing I wanted to demonstrate was how to use the collage sheet. So let's come on in here. Come down to the collage sheet and press play. With the collage sheet, of course, you want to make sure that your cards are already completed ahead of time. And then you're going to be prompted for 6 vertical cards, 4 horizontal cards, and 2 square cards. You can choose the same card over and over again if you want to. That's fine. So I'm just going to select them and press enter as we go along. So there's my 6 vertical. Now I need to choose 4 horizontal. And finally 2 square ones. And then I'm prompted to save a JPEG of that collage sheet. Now you can save this collage sheet, print them out, and you have 12 cards that you can use. Really handy action there. So I hope this quick video has been helpful, and I'll see you next time on Learn It.